Wiley Cain. I am a former now football student athlete at Kentucky Wesleyan College. I'm also the chair of Division II National Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and relevant to today, I am also the chair of the Great Midwest Student Athlete Advisory Committee, which is my conference. I'm joined today by the amazing Lexie Savage, who is a women's golfer from Tiffin University. Lexie, thank you so much for joining me. And could you introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, like Wiley said, I'm Lexie Savage, but you can call me Lexie. I am a fifth-year senior here at Tiffin University on the women's golf team. And yeah, that's all I have for you right now.
So, Lexie, first, just tell everybody. So, how long have you been involved with your campus SAAC, and also how long have you been involved with your conference SAAC?
Yeah, so I have been involved with SAACs ever since my freshman year, but I started my presidency. This is my third year being president. So I've been with the campus SAACs since my freshman year, been president since my junior year, and I've been with the GMAC SAAC since then. So it's been a long ride. It's been fun, and I've loved every second of it.
Yeah, I remember one of my first GMAC conference meetings as the president, Lexie just being there. We've been through it together. Now we're both graduating together. It's good.
Right?
It's a lot of fun. Lexie's also part of our First Step Task Force for the GMAC, so she helps push out some mental health as well as professional development material for the conference. So that's really awesome. But that's not exactly what we have to talk about today. Today, we are going to talk about the Civic Engagement Day. So as a lot of you guys will remember that are watching this podcast, a little while ago, the first ever Civic Engagement Day for Division II was performed. So, in case you guys don't remember, Civic Engagement Day is the first Tuesday after the first Monday of November, otherwise known as Election Day in most years. That's a day where there is no countably athletic related activities in Division II, and that is to get involved in your community. So hopefully a lot of people got involved civically, but you could also do some community engagement. I know on my campus there was a lot of community engagement that happened with our teams. So that was a lot of fun. But Lexie and Tiffin had an amazing civic engagement day idea. So Lexie, can you just talk a little bit about that? Just tell me what was going on at Tiffin on Civic Engagement Day.
Yeah, it was honestly a really fun, great experience. So what we did is, like you said, it was a civic engagement day. It was really fun because we did get the community involved. So what we did was once ever we got this idea of the voting day, the mock voting day, we just loved it. We thought of it as a university. I collabed with it with my advisor and our athletic director. We said, boom, let's make it happen. And so we did that. We got in touch with all the local schools, and this was earlier in August. We started this right whenever we started school. So we started contacting them, making sure that we could get all the fourth and fifth graders from the local schools in Tiffin around, and we got a lot of good responses. I think we got almost all of the schools to help out, maybe like missing one or two, but we had about 200 kids come to our Heminger Center. That's where it was held at. So that was a lot of fun. We had a voting ballot, which was really cool. We did their favorite items. So, like, your favorite is either a hot dog or a hamburger. Your favorite color is green or yellow. So, stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. We did it just like a voting day. So we had a little like screen where they was like it was really private for the kids. SAC members were by them, so we told them like, look, if you have any questions, we're here for you. So they had to do their own little vote. It was really private. They had their own pencil and stuff. So they were really excited about it. Um, and we just got to talk to all the kids. We actually had a professor come in, and he's a history professor here at Tiffin University, and he got to talk to the kids a little bit before they started voting about what it means to vote. And after that, they were just stoked. They all got in lines. They're like, we want to vote, we want to vote. We're like, yeah, we'll get you in there. And so that was a really fun experience. And then after just like talking to them, because we got to walk the kids back to their seats. So I'm asking them, giving them fist pumps, like, good job voting. And they're like, yeah, like it was a lot of fun. And I was like, do you think you're gonna vote in the whenever you become older and stuff? They're like, yeah, like we want to do that. We want to be a part of things. So it was a lot of fun. I got to talk to all the kids. I got to speak in front of all the kids, got to interview. So that was a lot of fun. I mean, it's just it's important for the kids. I mean, to tell them at a young age that they have a voice that can make a difference, I think is like really empowering, especially to the young kids, like fourth and fifth graders who are just now learning about voting and the importance of it. And so to learn that they have a voice, I really strategized on telling them that their voice is important. And yeah, we just had a lot of fun with it. Was creative. And then actually what was really fun about it is we had a football game that Saturday. So we did it on a Tuesday. That Saturday we had our rival game with Findlay, and we told the kids like, look, like bring your families, bring your friends, bring your families to the football game. We'll go out in the field and we'll announce you guys. Now we only had about maybe like 3 to 5 kids show up, but hey, it's better than zero. And they had a great time. We got to go out, walk out in the field with them. We got to show the video on the billboard there, so that was a lot of fun. And yeah, they were just really excited and they loved it all. So it was a great experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like it was Tiffin, Ohio, so it might have been a little cold on that Saturday. You're telling them to come out there for
Yeah.
that game. But so and hopefully they also didn't have to provide a valid driver's license because that might have been a problem for the
No,
fourth and fifth graders. But uh, it's amazing to see you guys getting involved not only in your community but also in the lives of these young kids, right? When I first heard of your guys' event, I thought, wow, this is so cool because really when I was growing up, right, I never heard really that like, oh, your vote matters, like your voice matters. Like we always learned about, oh yeah, right to vote, the amendments that gave you the right to vote at 18, all of that good stuff. But nobody ever said, hey, you should make sure that you go out and vote. And I've seen that a lot in people around me. So Lexie, I think my question is, when you talked about what your main message was to them, that your voice matters and things like that, do you think that events like this, do you think that it's important to tell the younger generations that their voice does matter, or do you think that maybe they'll just figure it out when they become 18 years old?
yeah, I mean, of course, like everyone's gonna figure it out when they're 18. It's kind of like that's like the mark where you can be like, all right, you can vote. So like that's kind of cool. Um, yeah, like my main message was telling them like, look, like you have a voice, and I think that's very important because, like you said, all they learn is about the rights, the amendments, how it started, all of that good stuff that you need to learn about and to be knowledgeable about. But I want to tell them like their voice matters and like you could dictate how the world works in a sense. So I thought that was really cool to tell them about it. Especially like because the ballot we had was like their favorite stuff. So like to like whenever the kids were at the football game on Saturday, they're like, I voted for that. Like I did that. Like I had a perfect score. And they were like so excited about that. So it was kind of cool. Probably gave them a little bit of glimpse of hope in the future. Now, of course, with politics, it's a little bit more political, not your favorite thing. But I of course the kids are gonna learn about that more when they get older. This was just more to tell them like, look, you have a voice, and whenever you get older, you can share that voice. And so that was really fun, and that was our main concept with it.
Lexi, I think that that's awesome that you were showing kids that like their voice is important, because really that was the point of our civic engagement day, right? When we put together as a national committee this proposal and we pushed it forward in NCAA structure, it was because we saw 18 to 22-year-olds across the country standing up and saying, we are going to shape the future that we're living in. We are going to shape the country that we are going to go out and have our careers in. And our time is now. We don't have to wait until we're older or whatever. It is our time just now, and our voice matters just as much as anyone else's. And we on the committee think that's awesome. One question I wanted to ask you was, so you're a fifth year senior. I'm a
Mhm,
senior. We're leaving.
mhm.
I don't know how often I'll come back to Owensboro. After I come back, obviously, I guess that's something to be determined. I don't know if you're planning on living in Tiffin, Ohio, but so these kids, right, that you impacted, you may not see your impact, but do you think that you still benefited from having an impact on their life? Do you think that you still benefited from being engaged in their community?
I would have to say, yeah. I mean, it was a great experience, and it's probably something that I'll never forget. So, I mean, like I said, whenever we got to like walk the kids back, I mean, like give them that fist pump, give them that high five, like talk to them, see if they had fun, see if they're gonna go to the game on Saturday. Like, I think I did leave an impact in their brain. I think they left the impact on me, and it just made me kind of just want to do better because like I have all these kids, I have 200 kids standing here in front of me, and just wanted to be great, just wanted to have fun, just wanted to come out and enjoy the moment. So yeah, I think they do have an impact on me and the future. And I'm just excited to see where everything goes with that.
Well, that's awesome. And I've always seen, when you get engaged, often it helps you just as much as it helps the
Mhm.
person that you're trying to help. So my last question for you is, this is going to be an annual thing, right? We're going to have people having to take a little bit of time out of their schedule, right? Maybe change around practices. Maybe football teams will have to practice on Monday instead of on Tuesday or whatever, right? Why should other schools get involved in the political process? Why should student athletes across the country, even why should they get involved like you guys did?
Yeah, so I mean, like we said, we took it very seriously, and it's a very serious matter. So it's a day where you can go home if you want to. You can go home and vote, and you can be comfortable in your own environment. If not, you can go vote in the city that you're at. You can go to you can take that extra step and go find where you can vote and take it more seriously on that day. It also helps that we don't have practice. So yes, it is going to be an annual thing. We've already talked about it. It's a fun experience, and the outcome that we got this year, it can only get better in next year's. So yeah, we are going to do it annually. Um, and yeah, like it's a day, like I said, the message was to make sure you have a voice. You have a voice. So if that's here in Tiffin, Ohio, or if that's wherever you're from, you can take that day to really like do what matters for you. So we took pride in that, and we made the necessary steps to do that.
And Lexi, you hit the nail on the head there right at the end. You said, do what matters to you. Take that day and speak up for what matters to you. And I'm so glad that you and Tiffin University is doing something like that. You're yet educating the next generation, maybe on a small scale, but it's amazing. You're going to make such an impact. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Any last words for the country?
Go Guns!
Well, this was the Division II Champions for Life podcast. I hope you guys continue to join us. Remember, we are much more than athletes. When we are in our college, when we are in our sport, right? We are so much more than just a football player. We're so much more than just a golfer. We are a human who has thoughts and feels and who can make a huge difference. Every single one of us have the opportunity to go out and make positive change wherever we are. And I challenge you to do that, just like Lexi and Tiffin has in Tiffin, Ohio. So thank you guys for tuning in. Join us next month.